I missed last Friday.
Yeah,
Sometimes
there's always going to be something, that if something comes up, it's okay. Definitely okay. Especially
I'm
somebody.
sorry. I like to be. I like to keep my word. So
I like that. I appreciate that.
well.
Okay, well, I think we've got everybody here. Let's get going, and if anybody.
That's amazing. I didn't even see everyone come in.
I didn't either.
Yeah, we've got Corey, Paula, Andrea, Justine. Oh, Andy was not going to be here. Remember, she told us.
Yes.
Right. I guess maybe that was last night. I don't remember.
Yeah, she told me again today. So, end of week 2, we're coming close, you guys. And everybody's doing great. The reason why we're doing this whole first 2 weeks, as you all know, is so that we can really get into our heads and just changing our relationship with certain foods. And all of you are right on it. I kind of wish Andy was here. Did anyone read her post in the Facebook?
I haven't been on Facebook.
I did.
Yeah, she had her donut. She went and had it, and she really slowed down this time and really paid attention. But she said every single bite tasted good. Every bite tasted good.
She probably needs to have another one tomorrow, right?
Well, since she did that and she was really paying attention to everything, and she came to that realization, when we walk by something and we say, like, we want to eat it, we need to go through our checklist and go, our body goes through the checklist, are we properly hydrated? Oh no, we're not properly hydrated. Well, we better eat the donut. Or if you are properly hydrated, it goes to the next one. Is my stomach empty? Well, so it seemed like she went through all of them, although blood sugar could have played a role. But her nutritional values were met. She was getting her water. And the big one that's left for most of us always is the emotional. So
yeah.
Sometimes we are paying attention to everything, and then there's still the emotional pull. And we're filling all those other hungers, but we're still going to have that emotional pull. So this might become a deep meeting, another one of those deep meetings. But it's up to you guys.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Because I think that's really neat. That, remember, Andy said she had these really great memories with her grandparents eating those donuts, and and also for her wanting to have that control. But we're starting to learn that we don't really have that control, do we? Right? Right? So that's a huge breakthrough. I think it's great, and so now she can dig a little deeper into that. I have to admit, I honestly, and Rich if he can hear me in the other room, he's probably gonna laugh, but there have been many times that I am at the grocery store and I stood in front of that donut thing and just sat there and talked to myself, like just stood there. And then I just had to have that conversation, and I'm always able to walk away. There's a occasion where I don't walk away, but usually, and before, if somehow I was drawn to it, that was it. I was drawn to it and I was going to get one. But I'll sit there and just have this whole conversation with myself, and it can get pretty mean sometimes too. But just having that consciousness, and then I'm so proud of myself later that I walked away from it. But I'm sitting there trying to figure out, why do I want these donuts so bad? What is this pull? I know how crappy it is for me. I know it's probably one of the worst possible things I could eat, but dang, it looks so good. And I remember, and Andrea, I'm like you with those maple ones. That was like my oh my gosh. And even now I still think about them sometimes and just have to look at them. So
I think if you allow yourself to have the dialogue, you're more likely to say no. At least that's my past self, you know.
bing,
There's
bing,
more
bing,
going.
bing, bing, bing,
Yeah.
bing. She won the bride prize. Sandy, that's exactly it. And all of you are like, got it. You got it.
Well, now you're having the dialogue and you're starting to gross out because you're meeting the thirst and the nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
So the dialogue with the gross out is just like, whoa, it's pretty intense.
But sometimes that the memories or the emotions are stronger than that.
I agree.
If you just slow down and stop and take a few minutes to talk to yourself and just sometimes you'll be able to walk away, sometimes you won't, but you know, at least you're conscious of it and you truly are making that decision instead of it just being a automatic.
Yeah.
So that again, another great video from Eric today. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't
He's fantastic.
he really is, and he explains things so well and just makes you really, really think. That just, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
One of the things that he said, I think it was maybe yesterday or the day before, he was talking about figuring out the emotional need and then how to replace that or how to fulfill that without food, you know?
Yeah.
And I haven't really thought too deeply about that, but I plan on it because I think that was really intense.
well, I think Andrea had a beautiful example yesterday when she talked about what was that tree branch, Andrea?
Oh, yeah. The
like the
only blooms in the springtime.
yeah, the bloom that you got for the kids for Valentine's Day.
That their dad used to bring home.
Hi. So
Hi.
I didn't have my earphone thing on. I apologize. Let me do that really, really fast.
That's it.
The quince, yeah.
Yeah, the quince. Like to bring something so sentimental and so beautiful for a Valentine's gift for your kids. But I mean, those are the perfect little things for me. Is if my husband sees a flower and wildflower and picks it, that means way more to me than a big bouquet or something that he went to the store and bought. If he just happened to be thinking of me, but the gesture of grabbing a little branch off of the quince tree and bringing it home to her kids because that has so much sentimental value, like that means way more than a chocolate bar or a Valentine sweet treat. Like that touched their heart.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can do it in other ways.
Thanks to the Livingstons for the quince.
Hey, maybe we need to get more quince.
Yeah, they're blooming. They're right down next to. They're Sandy's next door neighbors, actually. It's her in-laws. So, but they were in the irrigation ditch, so I felt like it was cool.
Yeah, but that's just one tiny example. I mean, it could be all over the spectrum, things that we can do. Paula said something really great too, was the thing about the potato chips. You're so much better versed than me, Paula. Tell your little story of
Yeah, I was taking some meditation classes, and at some point one of the instructors asked if there was something we really, really loved for ourselves and we didn't do it. And I said, I really love to take a bubble bath. I love so luxurious. And he said, well, why don't you take a bubble? I mean, it just seemed ridiculous to him. And I said, well, you know, the bubble bath is kind of expensive. And he paused for a minute and he said, do you guys in your house eat potato chips? And I said, oh yeah. He said, what do you think you spend a month on potato chips?
Oh.
And he said, they really have no value. And the stress reduction and feeling really wonderful does. And I very rarely bought a package of potatoes. I've made potato chips from scratch, but I've very rarely bought one in probably 30 years.
Because he had that impact on you? Was it this a long time ago?
Yeah, it took a long time for me to see that I needed to put myself on my own list, and I just didn't. That felt kind of selfish, and there were limited resources, and I just didn't. I put aside that bubble bath because I wasn't going to pay $8, and I probably spent way more than that on potato chips. That it was true. I mean, I recognized right away that they have no nutritional value and they're not healthy, but they were yummy. And when I thought about it, they weren't that yummy. So I let them go.
See, what a beautiful story. Isn't that great? And
Well, and since you love smell, like getting yourself or whatever, that would be really awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was really nice. And I still, choose my bubble baths carefully, and I love to get myself something that smells wonderful and feels wonderful, and throw a little Epsom salt in there and have a nice soak.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you soak in the magnesium too, which is a great way to soak it in through your skin. And
exactly.
Yeah, and you could add a little essential oil.
Yeah, in fact, sometimes I will use it just for my feet because I don't have time. I'm rushing around, I take a shower, but I'll soak my feet while I'm doing something else in a tub of warm water and Epsom salt, and it feels so good afterwards.
I haven't done that in so long. Why haven't I done that? Thank you. I'm going to do that. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's easy. It's really easy to do. I just have a little plastic, like dish pan, and put a towel under it, and that's it. I just sit there and do whatever I'm doing. Sometimes I'm doing paperwork, sometimes I'm doing something else, and it's really nice, really pleasant.
That's great. See, and so we can find other ways to treat ourselves with, and even the breathing, or eating a alka-jager if we get it. Really, I mean, we can find other ways to treat ourselves, but I think it's so great that it's gotten into everybody's head, and you guys are really contemplating it and thinking about how you're making all of your decisions.
Yeah, and you said alka-jager today. I just saw these really beautiful red peppers, and I put a red pepper in my alka-jager. It was yummy.
Yum, that would sweeten it up a little too.
Yeah, a little sweet red pepper. Yeah, exactly. And it was so pretty. I wanted to grill it, but then I thought, no, it's just going to go right in here.
Perfect. So, so when we think about our emotions, for this group especially, and honestly, most people, emotions are at least part of their food choice.
Oh, yeah.
People have problems. So this is a huge subject if you guys want to share anything that you're feeling or thinking, or anything that you've noticed about anything that you've felt you've changed, or if you're feeling better, I just want anything that's been on your mind. Does anybody have anything to share?
I do. Change. Oh, go, Sandy, go.
No, please. I'll remember.
No, me too. No, I was just trying to, I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, I was just going to say that it seems to me like most of us have always given of ourselves, and now we are kind of forced to focus on ourselves, and that is huge in itself.
Mm-hmm.
For so many reasons.
It is so new and unfamiliar.
Well, it is, but it's also it's nurturing, because you're actually. I've had some issues since we started this, but I always have issues, and not with them. I mean, with myself. But I think like putting my foot down and saying, no, I matter here and I'm doing this. It's a big deal. It really is. And I mean, I've had some battles with that because it's time consuming, and I have to say, no, I'm going to take this and I'm going to do it.
Well, and not I'm sorry.
No, I'm
I
done.
just want to interject. Not everybody understand, like not everybody likes the idea of, not everybody in my life, my kids are doing great, but not everybody likes the idea of me saying, oh, I gotta hurry, get on my Zoom, I gotta hurry. Yeah, it's about me. No, it's not for you. It's not for you or you or really any of you guys, even though it'll benefit everybody, but this is like my time, and it seems to be causing a little bit of
which you probably will see more of. I mean, as you become more healthy and more vibrant, there might be people in your life that sort of try to pull you down. There's going to hopefully be more people that are lifting you. I'm so proud of you.
Absolutely.
There sometimes is that rare person that often is in most people's life that will try to bring you down a bit, but just remember all of the benefit that you're doing to yourself. Have all of you taken the time to write your why? Did you read that post or the email I sent? Just to take a few minutes to write down, to envision yourself at the end of the program and really write down why you're here. Did you do that?
It's okay
if you do.
No, I haven't yet, and this is why. Because I didn't really. It's funny because I saw your post, and I said, "Yeah, I want to do it," and I didn't really know. It was more like I was more stoked to reconnect with you and like be a part of something and hopefully lose some weight and But there's a lot of, since we've started this, and we've been talking every night for 2 weeks.
Right.
We've gotten through a lot of crap, like, excuse my language. But so I feel like now there are so many more whys than there were at the beginning.
That's
so
confusing.
I don't really know exactly what the most important one is right now.
No, the only reason I'm asking you to do this is I think it could benefit you. It's not a requirement, but I really think it could benefit you because if you can envision yourself at the completion of this, when you write things down, it is proven that the success rate is higher.
Right.
And you are working towards something, and and also it is affirmation almost. Even if you don't have a journal and you're not writing in a journal, if maybe you could have your why in your bedside drawer or somewhere that's easily accessible, and it doesn't have to be. I would prefer that you really put some thought into it and think about where you want to be. It can be as much as, career-wise, everything, confidence, glowing, no more aching, tons of energy, if I want you to just close your eyes after this meeting and just take a few minutes, even if you don't write it down, just take a few minutes to just envision yourself where you're at 30 days from now, standing tall and smiling and that confidence, interacting with people, or just really try to make a little movie in your head.
A movie. And right on.
If you have
written your why?
And I really hope that you'll write it down and
for sure.
At least weekly go back and read it and just keep that goal going and keep that, momentum and excitement towards your new self going.
Okay.
But I sent it in an email and Facebook, so go back and read that and think about. I think it would really help. I bet you Paula did it.
It helps you keep your eye on the prize, but I think it takes a while to be able to pull off why. At
Yeah,
least
yeah.
for me, it does.
Mm-hmm.
But even if your why is just, I want to have more energy, if that's all you have right now, but
Right.
at least that is it. Or, I want to
Yeah.
be able to, for Paula, I want to be able to go for a walk and make it all the way back home without having to call somebody to pick me up.
Yeah,
Right.
and actually, first I was thinking, I was thinking in both directions, why I wanted to do it, and then why I was thinking about all the fear-based things. Because, a major thing for me, and I have plenty of weight to lose, which was not a big issue in my life, but it became a big issue with arthritis, pain, and swelling, and the inability to move as much as I used to, or just sometimes to move at all. And just for me, when I go through that daily log, and the first thing is how many hours do you sleep, I know exactly, because before I started this, I was really fortunate to make 3 hours without being
my
awakened
goodness.
by nerve pain. And being awakened over and over and over again is so debilitating and so depressing. It just becomes like, another, I used to wake up like, yay, another day. And I wake up and think, oh God, not again. And how long will it take for this, So now I'm not only seeing a release of some physical pain as a real goal, I'm also seeing a lot of emotional pain that I was peripherally aware of. I wasn't focused on it. I was focused on having a battle with my own body. And now I'm thinking differently. I mean, I slept 5 hours. That was amazing without waking up, 5 whole hours. And nerve pain is much less. And that's really only been, 3 days that the nerve pain is
Sorry,
a lot less.
But oftentimes that physical pain, even all of that huge amount of physical pain you're feeling, the emotional pain is drowning that, even because it's so intense. So, and when you talked about writing down the hard stuff, I mean, that's so scary. And to take that leap and to dive into the stuff that you've been trying to avoid probably many, 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 many years, and for you to be able to write it down, that's very brave of you, and to be able to pull that out. It's I'm sure it's painful, but healing at the same time.
Because the thing with emotional pain is that once it starts over anything, it can be just the nerve pain and the feeling like I'm having a battle with my own body, like my body is my enemy, instead of the center of how I operate. And then that emotional pain triggers other things that are, like you said, from a long time ago. It just triggers another one and another one and another one. And it can be really powerful. It can be overwhelming. And I'm fortunate to be active in a lot of support situations for other people, and that does draw me away from it. That I can see particularly how people who are shut in or older or disabled can become profoundly depressed. And I'm really dedicated. I do not want to take a big batch of pharmaceutical drugs where one is countering the other, and I just don't want to go through all that. So I'm reasonable that most of what I can take is not good for me. I had that DNA testing, and most commonly prescribed pharmaceuticals I'm allergic to. I'm actually allergic to ibuprofen. It gives me migraine headache.
That might not be a bad thing, though. It might be actually a good thing that your body, because you obviously are finding, that's why I found the calcium. Is that I went the other route. I did a lot of research and really work on trying to find something that was entirely organic and natural, that was on top of what I had in my food. And I'm really glad that he liked it. Yeah, and now you're going to even read more because, so some of you aren't going to be ready to dig that deep or can't do that. And that's okay, you know, if you're not ready to dig that deep into that emotional, but if you can at least be aware of right now why it's triggering your bad food choices, you know. When you're writing in your journal or even thinking about yourself, I mean, I'm sure all of us have been contemplating a lot these last 2 weeks, but you know, what do you want? What is your ideal life?
Right.
And think about that. And is health part of that?
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be vibrant. You want that energy.
Right.
So that's a good thing to recognize and to
My
strive.
why, I can tell you right now. I can make it in one sentence. I just figured it out. My why is to feel healthy, happy, fit, and energetic. And that's what I want from this. That's why I want to do this. I don't want to be, you know, as you guys know, I am already predisposed because of my mom. She had her stroke 20 years too young. I don't want that to happen to me, you know, right now. I want to be excited and happy and on top of my game. I'm at the height of my career. I should be, you know what I mean? I need to be really stoked all the time. And I'm a pretty happy person. I don't need to be all sad and feeling fat and ugly and unloved, and that's just bullshit. Excuse my language, but no. You know what I mean? So that's my why. Yeah.
And
There
when
we
you
go.
have hard days like yesterday that are hard and difficult and things are down, you can come home and I think that's a great start. I would get a little deeper if I could, just to, you know, if you're having a hard day, you can come home and read that and just be, it can help lift you and give you that little energy you need to just change to a positive thinking. And I know this is not going to change. I'm going to fix it, and I'm going to keep going, and then I'm going to go take my bubble bath and do my breathing, or, you know, whatever I need to treat myself.
Sandy, you hit it right on the head when you said we're all nurturers. I mean, it's so awesome to be a nurturer, right?
Yeah.
But we have to nurture ourselves.
Well, I mean, you think about, like, stand at the sink and you wash your dishes and you prepare dinner. How many times do you have to pee the entire time? And you don't do it because you'll pee after you've made sure everybody's going to get what they need.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's so many things that you know, or you're not emotionally available to listen to somebody vent, but you'll stay on that phone and get it all out. And then you get off the phone and you're like, oh, you know.
When your finger almost doesn't hit the green, and you almost hit the, but you're like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. I'll 2 minutes, and then you're on the phone for an hour listening. Yeah.
But I've done that with my kids before, honestly, where I've just been so depleted that I didn't even take the time to listen to what they're hurting about or what they need to rejoice and celebrate with me. Sometimes I've been so in my head that I neglected them, you know?
Me too.
And that breaks my heart that I did that.
Yeah. It's a terrible feeling. I'm glad you shared that, Melanie.
Yeah, I think, or if I'm having a crappy day and I'm kind of rude to the checker or something, you know, I've done that, and I'm not that person, and I don't want to be that person. So,
right.
We've all been there, I think. So, I know you guys all are I know you're going through little ups and downs of feeling depleted and feeling great because you have your Energizer, and we have a couple more days of kind of getting through this, and I know you want your energy so bad, and it's frustrating, and you're making such huge progress right now, and I just want to tell you that everything you are doing is right, even though I know it's so hard to believe. This is such a crazy thing that we're asking you to put crap in your body, but I think you all are going to have huge lasting changes. Are you here, Justine? You're so quiet.
I am.
Hi.
Hi.
You can just share if you want. If you want to be quiet tonight, that's totally fine.
Oh. What am I supposed to be sharing?
Well, I mean, if you want to jump in,
Right.
Is anybody feeling really kind of just sick and down and having a hard time right now? Or is today a decent day for you?
Today's a decent day for me.
Well, I ate a whole pint of Ben and Jerry's just like about an hour ago. And I feel kind of shitty. And then I went to the OG Taqueria in Woodland and had a 2-item plate. And it was delicious, but I was, and then I went and got the Ben and Jerry's afterwards, where I thought there's no way I'm going to want to eat at all till I go to bed. And I'm like, I need a treat. And I'm never feeling like that, but I just did that today. So I'm like, well, I guess I should have it because I'm supposed to, because Brian's here and that's what we do is have ice cream. And I'm just going to do it because and maybe I should eat the whole thing because then maybe I'll be like so grossed out that I'll never have another one. Maybe, I don't know. But I do feel kind of like dragging out and just can't wait till tomorrow. Because I just want to be done with today.
Me too.
But just as far as like, But I mean, my Alka-Geyser killed it this morning and I made a big, huge batch so I have more for tomorrow. And I used the coconut water, you guys. It was good because, I don't know, it wasn't really that much different than water, actually. I didn't even taste the coconut, but I just went for it anyway because they said we could.
You know what else you could? You know what else you can do with your leftovers is make soup out of it. It makes a yummy soup. And you can do it just by itself or use it like as a base and add, onions and sweet potatoes or whatever you like. It's pretty yummy soup, actually.
With the fruit and everything?
No, not that one. If you take the fruit out, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
Got it. If you were eating like in the afternoon, if you're eating it without the apple, sorry. No, I don't think it'd be very good with apple. You're right. And then
did I cut Justine off? Steen, were you trying to say something?
No, not really.
Did you eat anything good today?
What?
Did you eat anything good today?
I ate gross stuff. But I have been thinking a lot about why do I do the things I do? I think I'm the most mindless, impulsive eater ever. It's bad. But no, this morning I got up late and I was kind of bummed because I didn't have time to make my Alka-Geyser and it just screwed my whole day up. So I'm like, oh, damn it. Yeah, I just didn't feel good yesterday. So I ended up just getting up at the last minute for work and all that. So no Alka-Geyser. I ate my fruit and, then it was like, my day was ruined. So I went to Taco Bell.
You have two girlfriends in town, Justine. You could call me and say, hey, do you have half your Alka-Geyser left?
I was working.
I made a double batch, Justine, and so that's something. So I have these. Hey, Sandy, what size do you think that mason jar is? The big one with the wide mouth that we use?
A gallon.
It's half a gallon.
Yeah.
It's half a gallon.
Yeah.
Oh my God! No wonder I'm like chugged that whole thing.
I make that every 2 days.
Yeah.
So
I made 2 of those, and then I put the other one in the fridge. Then I don't have to make one the next day.
You mean the big one, right?
Not the big one. The one that's like bigger.
Oh,
than
32 ounces.
Yeah. Okay, 32. That's more reasonable for sure.
That's still really
big one. I do the big one.
Oh shoot.
Are you still eating your other food, Sandy? Are you getting too full for that?
Well, go ahead, Sam.
Oh no, I don't know if you said Andy or Sandy.
I said Sandy because you're drinking a half gallon
Oh yeah, I don't eat breakfast anymore.
Breakfast is okay to cut out, but the other meals.
No,
are
no, I'm only having half of that. So I'm having 32
Of
hours
course.
every day.
Oh, I thought you were
Okay.
drinking the whole thing. Yeah. Right.
Oh no.
I was like, aren't you feeling really, really full after drinking?
Oh no. My stomach would
64
blow
hours.
up.
A rock star.
So, hey, Justine, I wonder if you can make your Alka-Geyser the night. If I'm saving mine all night till the next day, you could make it the night before, put it in the mason jar, put the lid on, put it in the fridge, and then just take it with you in the car, and then make your little other thing that you'd make. You know what I'm saying? Then you don't have to worry about it in the morning.
Yeah, and have your fruit all ready to go too. Then you can grab it.
Do you have any mason jars with the lid?
Yeah,
Your
I
mom?
have so much. Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, see, I think it's my mom in my head has always had me convinced. If you make a smoothie, you eat it immediately.
Well, yeah.
You got 2 days.
Put it in the refrigerator ever.
If you, I mean, you really, it's better if it's fresh, but it's better to have it, 10 hours old rather than not having it at all.
Right, but it's in an airtight container too, and it's better be better than any of the juices that you buy at the store that are like for $6 that are already turning brown.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like So I mean,
I do have to share this. Is Andrea, and I think Sandy knows how my mom is. She, and you probably know Melanie. My mom's been into health and stuff for forever. And I've taught her a couple things recently. It's a wild bit.
Yeah, good.
She's all, really? Yeah.
Share. I'm excited to know what it is.
Oh, well, how there's not water in our food anymore. And she was like, wow, I never thought about it. So we talked about that. And
I bet she's kind of excited that you're doing that.
Oh, she's probably very excited.
Yeah.
Well, the first day I texted her and I said, Mom, you'd be really proud of me. I drank my whole Alka-Geyser.
Yay.
Yay, congratulations, Steve.
And I liked it, right?
Yeah, no, I totally like it. Like this morning, that's why I was kind of bummed because I really like it. I never would have thought an avocado in a smoothie, but I really do like it. It's good.
What if you had everything prepped and cut up and ready to go in a little baggie and dumped it in the blender and then,
Right. And I thought about that, but then I thought the apples will get brown and yucky overnight. If I cut them up, I guess it's not that big of a deal.
You can squeeze some lemon on them. Squeeze the lemon on them.
Yeah. I think I need to do that. That would save me a little bit of time in the morning.
Or those little apple things. I have one that cores it and makes all these little slices. You just go. Whoop,
oh, that's right.
Seconds.
Yeah, I could get rid of those.
A little $2 thing and takes 2 seconds and it cores it and cuts it into little chunks for you.
Right. I need to get one of those. That's a good
put
idea.
it back in a Ziploc. Who cares if it's a little brown? It's just air. I mean, it's not like it's going to change the way you change it. Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
I know you're going to figure it out.
I'm just glad you like it, Justine. I wasn't sure if you were going to like it. I was worried.
I just want to make sure you guys
I totally like it.
Eating your fruit and doing the Alka-Geyser and doing your breathing and doing the water and doing the protein and still keeping up with all your old diet. Right now these last couple days are when people are really getting grumpy and starting to say, I'm full, I'm sick of this, I'm ready to start making some changes, and they start taking stuff out. And if you're doing that, go listen to Eric's video again after we finish here. It was only like 10 minutes long today, but it was a good little kick in the booty. And then tomorrow is our big reveal, so we get to find out what we're taking out. And then you all, if you're ready to jump in, go for it on Saturday.
I'm super hopeful about tomorrow.
Scared.
All right, so Corey's scared. Who's scared? It's okay if you
Call us.
I'm more worried.
Are
I'm
you
not
guys,
scared, but I'm worried.
you worried about what is going to be taken out?
Yeah, and the sad thing is, the thing I'm most worried about is sugar. I'm like, oh my God, no.
That's what I hope it is.
Oh
Me
God,
too.
no.
So
No,
you're
I'm afraid of. Are we gonna have to give up our apples? Oh, you can't.
Oh,
Like, are we gonna have to give up fruit in the morning on the empty stomach? Because I feel like if I can just keep having that, I'm fine with the sugar. Like, I think I can give up the sugar. But why are you nodding? Are you nodding yes? We
I'm just saying, I'm just
it's
interesting
a
to hear that.
surprise.
Because it really makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense that it would be easier to give up sugar if you were still getting all your fruit in the morning.
Yeah.
But
We're
I
gonna
really
find out
haven't.
tomorrow.
It's weird because this week since I've been having to eat so much fruit, oh sorry, mom. Sorry. Now my mom, but my mom just goes like this. Thanks, mama. Since I've been forced to eat 2 or 3 pieces of fruit every day, I really haven't had a sweet tooth compared to usual. Compared to usual. So,
Has anyone had noticed that the fruit makes them more hungry? At all? No? So you feel like so filled up by the alkalizer that you're, and I don't, most of you are only eating like 1 or 2 pieces of fruit in the morning, right?
I'm only having half a piece of a banana before the
You have a medical reason why,
Yeah.
but everybody else,
Although
I
I did
haven't had
eat a
any
little
fruit
bit.
before the alkalizer. I just haven't been. I just like am a zombie, and I go make the alkalizer, and then it's already. But I might pop some in my mouth while I'm making it, but that's about as, you know what I mean?
but then you can't have any fruit the rest of the day, right? Once you have the alkalizer, you can't have any more fruit, right?
yeah, you can have it
Right.
after. You can have it before or after. Just
Yeah.
you can't.
You
once
just
you
once
Oh,
you have
good.
something else, yeah,
I thought I cheated because I had half a banana today.
yeah.
Wait,
I
Sam,
thought that you
broke
could
up.
have it after. Go ahead, Sam.
That was all.
And if you used to, it's okay. If that's what you used to do, it's okay. But that will change at some time. I can tell you that at some point we're going to say no fruit at all, and that's
You mean ever?
That's
no.
what I'm scared.
Well, maybe,
for
but
the
I'm
rest
saying
of your life.
no fruit after solid food, even if you used to do it. At some point, we're going to change that.
Well, I already changed that.
Me too. Me too, because I didn't realize. I thought I wasn't supposed to have fruit after solid food.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to. And
Right.
usually we won't let you unless somebody asks about it. And so we'll say, if you really want it, have it. If that's what you used to have, if that was your regular thing, go ahead and have it. But if you don't normally have fruit later in the day, don't do it. We prefer you don't, but if you normally do, it's okay.
Well, rather than drinking my Lanta, I think I'll have no fruit after.
That sounds like
Ooh.
a good plan.
But I'm not anything like that now. I'm not even taking my vitamins. I'm not taking vitamins or any medication except for what I have to stay alive.
Right. That's good. So you want to see what this does to your body.
Yeah.
I think that's neat. I did the same thing. I went off all my little supplements I was taking. Anything else? Has anybody noticed anything else that they want to share?
I have my why, if you want to hear.
Yes.
Okay. So I lost my oldest daughter, and even though I was there a lot and I listened a lot and I tried my hardest to be the best mom I could be, I want more than anything to make sure that with Lisa and Jessica that I don't miss a beat, because
those are your other daughters.
Yeah, that's why.
And your grandbaby.
And one on the way.
Yeah. That's the perfect
I wish I
why.
could give you a huge hug right now. That's a beautiful why.
I know. Huge hug.
It's huge, triple
Thank you for
huge.
sharing that with us, Sandy.
Yeah.
That's a really good why. That's the best why.
Can I ask you a question, Sandy? It's kind of
Yeah.
deep.
It's okay.
Was it addiction
What?
that took your daughter?
No, my daughter had a heart condition and she had a pacemaker placed when she
Oh.
was 8, and she her heart was fine, but her pacemaker went out. And
Okay.
she passed in the middle of the night.
Oh.
She was pregnant and she passed on my 50th birthday, just to give you more detail. It was very traumatic.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Ugh.
I love you, Coldy.
Thank
I love
you.
you.
Well, does anybody else want to share anything?
No, I like that. I like what Sandy just. I'm kind of into you right now, Sandy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful that you are sharing this tonight, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being so open and sharing this. Thank you.
You know, I want to thank all of you because I haven't done any counseling except for once, and it sucked. And I haven't done any support group ever in my life that I've not ran. And so even if we talked about anything, this is so important.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Something you all can think about. We are only Monday and Friday starting next week. And if you guys want to have like a little outside group that, you know, any time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or just Wednesday, if you guys want to have some personal time to bond with each other, to talk about personal things, like we could set up, and you guys can think about it and talk amongst each other on Facebook or whatever. But if you want to do a little extra group outside of WildFit, we won't get into the, I mean, we can talk about whatever we want. We can get as deep as we want, but
We can do what we want.
yeah. So, or as not deep as we want. It's, you know, sometimes we can't handle that. So if you guys want to, we can not even do it every single week. We could say who's interested, and or I need to talk. Can we meet tonight or something like that? So,
I like that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
or if we're just
Me too.
struggling, and even if there's, you know, a few people, even if I'm busy doing something, which usually my schedule's so easy to change around, I can totally come on and have this.
You're a very loving person, Melanie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it very easy to work with you.
Yes.
Well, I think that all of us are loving, and we all are givers, and that's probably why we're bonding so much.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Paula? I haven't heard from you.
I'm doing better, and I had a sad moment over a grilled cheese sandwich because I loved every bite of it, and I didn't make a second one, but it ran across my mind. You know, my food devil was having a long talk with me, and I had that little good bread, that tiny little bread, but nevertheless, I kept thinking about that cheese. You know, I have a weakness for cheese. Yeah. So.
Is that your fear? Is that your fear of something that might come out?
Yeah. Yeah, because I can give up most of dairy. I do make yogurt myself from time to time, but yeah, cheese is, I'm kind of weak for cheese.
Yeah.
So
Are
I
you
was
feeling
looking at
like, but you're feeling like, it seems like you're feeling like you have a bit more control over it than you used to, where
oh yeah, I do, because when I was thinking about making a second grilled cheese sandwich, I was laughing at myself. You know,
I
and,
love it.
Bless you.
I was really laughing at myself. I thought, boy, you're like a little kid sneaking an extra cookie. I'm just going to reach in the jar when nobody's looking, you know. And I did have that moment of Eric said, and it just busted me up.
I love that you were laughing and, you know, noticing how you're talking to yourself, trying to talk yourself, maybe sort of convincing yourself to have one, but catching yourself, and that it's kind of amusing at times.
Yeah, it was a little amusing. It was a little amusing because then I was kind of putting myself in check, and that really made me laugh, you know. And I just enjoyed the pull, you know, from one direction to the other, and all of the ridiculous things I'd say to myself, like, you know, the world would come to an end if I didn't have another grilled cheese sandwich. You know, of all the things you could be deprived of in life, it would probably, like a potato chip, I wouldn't notice. But for that moment that I was enjoying that one, I was really into, you know, wanting more bites. It was silly.
That makes me laugh because it makes me, like, I mean, I'm literally standing in front of the donut thing sometimes at like 10 minutes, just standing there. Like, Rich will be off shopping and I'm standing in front of the donuts just talking to myself. I mean, people probably think I'm insane. And he'll get so much done, and I'll just finally show up like, okay, I didn't get
one. You're talking about the food devil when you're in the store, right?
Yeah, I've got them both on my shoulder, and I mean, they, like I said, they can get pretty mean and they can get kind of funny too, but it's good that we're having the conversation, and, you know, and you
but the moment that I was really kind of feeling bad, you know, like I was losing my best friend or something, I just thought, boy, that's ridiculous. This is cheese, you know.
Exactly. That's so funny. I love it.
Oh. Yeah.
So one thing I want you guys to notice too, when you're eating the bread, the grains and stuff, if you're feeling, that's another thing that really can make you feel tired. And shuts your digestive system down too. And, you know, it makes it hard to push that food through. So just to kind of be aware of that. But I'm totally amused by your story.
Yeah.
Does anybody else want to share anything? Any feelings or any frustrations, or you feel like you're going along good?
I'm just grateful that we have this opportunity.
Me too.
Yeah. I think that, I hope that Eric, he obviously touched my life, and he touches a lot of lives, and, you know, I highly recommend going back and listening to today's video again one more time, because it is so essential right now. And
it's pretty short too.
It is. It's so short. And think about how you can treat yourself without the food treats too. How you can love yourself. You know, even take a minute and write a list. I love the journal. It's such a great thing if you take advantage of it. And I hope that you guys really take the time to write your why, because, you know, or, you know, Sandy's got it in her head. She doesn't have to write it, but writing it down, like I said in Facebook, it does make an impact. And it is something that you can keep looking at and, you know, help you with your drive. And then again, if any of you are gaining a little bit of weight or feeling bloated, don't freak out. Remember, a big part of it is the water we're taking in, and you're gaining some water weight.
I
But
am seriously bloated.
Yes.
we're going to get past that very soon. So we're going to release it all. But it's good that you're noticing how you're feeling, and keep it up. Keep really diving it in deep this week, and take every word Eric says to heart. It is very important. Those of you that are not eating your fruit, it is so essential. It's a huge part of this program. Like I've said, you're going to get the biggest benefits if you play it all in and follow everything that Eric tells you to do. Trust him and trust me. It is going to make a huge impact, not only if you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to have energy, to not ache, like every bit of your life, just your attitude. You are going to change to more positive attitude, and it'll make a huge impact. But if you're cutting corners, you're not going to get the full benefits. So take it to heart and eat your fruit and eat everything you're supposed to be eating. Just shove it in these last couple days. And pretty soon, no more bloating, no more, we're going to get rid of that stuff. So trust us. All right. Any last closing things anybody want to share, or anything questions before we go?
No.
Okay. Don't forget your breathing also, and your water. I know it's hard to shove it all in there, but even if it's a little bit of everything, it's important to get it all in.
Thanks, Mel.
Thank you.
Okay. Good night.
Thank you.
Have a
Night,
good
night.
night.
Good night.
Night, John boy.
I love it. That was great.